Todd Chrisley, Julie Chrisley interview. Masked singer after prison. Watch. Todd Chrisley, Julie Chrisley defend masked singer appearance after prison release. Exclusive. Todd Chrisley and Julie Chrisley considered the layers of their life when joining the Masked Singer. The Chrisley Knows Best alums felt it was important to acknowledge the fact that they served time in federal prison for fraud convictions while appearing as the Croissants on season 14 of the reality series before being sent home on the January 14 episode. Every chapter of our life makes us who we are at that present moment, Todd exclusively told E! News during a joint interview with Julie. So, I'm not looking to forget that chapter, because that chapter was 28 months. As the 56-year-old explained, it was 28 months of huge growth from us, spiritually and emotionally and psychologically. It gave us 28 months to see a whole other side of our human population that had been forgotten about. And being open about their time in federal prison, which ended with presidential pardons in May 2025, felt like part of Todd's mission, and a way for him and Julie to bring awareness to those that are currently incarcerated. Todd Chrisley and Julie Chrisley share first update on daughter Chloe Chrisley since prison release. We come out and we shun that. We deny that, and we don't allow that to be part of our story. What is the message that we're sending to those men and women who don't have the same opportunities when they're coming out? Todd continued. I don't want them to have that kind of shame. I don't want them to feel like they're beneath anyone else, or that they're not as good as that person, or that they shouldn't be in that same room with these people. And for Julie, who shares kids Chase, 29, Savannah, 28, Grayson, 19, and Chloe, 13, with Todd, having their TV appearance acknowledge their past helped them push back on the idea that they were this perfect family. We're no different than anyone else, the 53-year-old said. We're no different from having to go through hard things. We're no different from certain things that we have to navigate. And when it comes to facing criticism online, the reality couple do their best to shut it all out. I'm not going to be a slave to someone else's opinion of me, Todd said. Just because you say something nasty about me in the press, or you say something negative about our family, that's you. You have to answer for that. I don't have to answer for that, but I also don't have to respond to you either. While the Chrisleys have said au revoir to the Masked Singer, keep reading to see all the stars ready to be unmasked this season. In a moment that has captured widespread attention across entertainment media, Todd Chrisley and Julie Chrisley have stepped back into the public eye with an interview that blends reflection, resilience, and a surprising connection to a popular music competition series. The appearance has reignited conversations about accountability, redemption, and the complicated relationship between celebrity and personal hardship. The Chrisleys, long known for their polished image and sharp humor on reality television, have rarely spoken publicly since their incarceration. Their recent interview marks a notable shift, presenting a more subdued and contemplative tone. Rather than leaning into spectacle, the conversation centers on growth, family, faith, and the emotional weight of living through a synonymous with flamboyant confidence, appears more measured. He speaks about silence, time, and the internal reckoning that comes when applause fades. According to his reflections, incarceration stripped away distraction and forced him to confront his identity beyond television fame. He describes long periods of introspection and the challenge of maintaining hope while separated from loved ones. Julie Chrisley echoes that sentiment, emphasizing humility and resilience. She discusses the strain of absence from family life and the determination to rebuild trust with their children and supporters. Her words suggest a deep awareness of how public perception can harden, and how difficult it is to soften that image once judgment has settled in. What has truly surprised audiences, however, is the discussion surrounding the Masked Singer. The interview touches on how the show became a symbol of anonymity and expression during a time when the Chrisleys felt defined solely by headlines. Though details remain intentionally vague, Todd hints that the concept of performing behind a mask resonated deeply. The idea of being heard without being immediately judged mirrors his desire to be understood beyond scandal. Julie adds that music and performance offered emotional release. She speaks about the power of creativity as a coping mechanism, especially when traditional outlets of communication are limited. The couple frames the show not as a publicity stunt, but as a metaphor for starting again without preconceived narratives. Throughout the interview, there is a clear effort to avoid defensiveness. Instead of disputing past events, the Chrisleys focus on responsibility and learning. Todd acknowledges mistakes without detailing them, expressing remorse for the impact on their family. Julie stresses the importance of patience, both with themselves and with those who may never forgive. Public reaction has been mixed. Some viewers see the interview as a genuine attempt at redemption, praising the couple for vulnerability. Others remain skeptical, questioning whether the timing aligns too neatly with a return to entertainment projects. The Masked Singer connection, in particular, has fueled debate about whether celebrity platforms should intersect with narratives of incarceration. Still, the interview underscores a broader cultural conversation. It raises questions about how society treats public figures who stumble, and whether transformation is possible under constant scrutiny. The Chrisley story reflects the tension between accountability and compassion, punishment and rehabilitation. Family remains at the heart of their message. Both Todd and Julie speak emotionally about their children, describing them as the anchor that sustained hope during the darkest moments. They express gratitude for unwavering support and acknowledge the pain their actions caused. This focus on family helps ground the interview, shifting it away from self-promotion and toward reconciliation. The tone of the conversation suggests that the Chrisleys are not seeking to reclaim their former image, but to redefine it. There is less emphasis on luxury and bravado, and more on stability and purpose. Whether this evolution will resonate with audiences over time remains uncertain, but the sincerity conveyed has undeniably altered the narrative. As entertainment culture continues to blur the lines between personal struggle and public performance, the Chrisleys' interview stands as a case study in modern celebrity rehabilitation. The reference to the Masked Singer serves as both a literal and symbolic reminder that behind every public persona is a human story, often hidden, often complicated. For now, Todd and Julie Chrisley appear focused on moving forward rather than rewriting the past. Their words suggest an understanding that trust is rebuilt slowly, through consistent actions rather than dramatic statements. Whether their reemergence marks a lasting return or a brief moment of reflection, it has undeniably reopened a conversation that many believed was closed. In an industry driven by spectacle, the quiet intensity of this interview may be its most powerful element. It offers no clear resolution, no triumphant comeback, but rather an honest pause. And in that pause, audiences are left to decide whether redemption, like performance behind a mask, can truly reveal something authentic when the disguise is finally removed. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, America Trends 24, and stay with us.